What show?
The Whitey Show, the Whitey Show.
What show?
I'm the review who loves to say son of a bitch. The same review who hates most Nintendo shit. I'm the one who calls games what they are. I even own a 360 and hate Gears of War. Guy who spends his money on games, fucking cards. Just a funny guy who became a YouTube star.
When I picked up Oneechanbara, hopefully I'm saying that right for all you elitist fans out there, I had three things in mind. One, low budget game, no doubt there. Two, it's a hack and slash, meaning it will get repetitive. And three, overall, it's a 2006 game. I'm not expecting too much. So I picked it up and I'm like, with an open mind, as a hack and slash fan, as a fan of trying different things, to try it out. I expected corniness, as I said, low budget, and all that other shit. And here it comes, my review for Oneechanbara, Bikini Samurai Slayers. The story starts off with two twin sisters basically trying to stop an organization that let loose some zombies on the city, and they are trying to basically fuck humanity up. It's not a brilliant story, it's not the most creative story, but hell, it's an action-packed, half-naked chicks killing some zombie story. I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. It's entertaining while it lasts, though I would say it's a bit long, but we'll get to that later. And the story has some very, very cool action scenes in terms of they're done in CGI, so of course they're going to look badass. One thing that may turn people off is that it's in Japanese with English subtitles. There is no English voices. If you can get past that, it's an enjoyable, entertaining story that could use some work, much better dialogue, and so on. But you're zombie slayers in bikinis. What more can you ask for?
Saki, いける？ぶっ殺してやる。
This game originally came out in 2006, and if I originally played it in 2006, I probably wouldn't be so hard on the graphics. Unfortunately, this game came out in 2009 in America, so I have to be a little bit hard on it. It's not that good. Actually, it's maybe a high PS2 game at best. Not that they're extremely bad or hurt your eye terrible. They're just very meh. Like, You know, they could have used a lot of work. Dead Rising came out soon after the 360 launch and looked much better than this game. But the character designs are at least unique. I mean, half-naked chicks fighting zombies is a pretty cool concept. So, give it credit there. But the actual raw power, the graphics are decent at best. This part is kind of difficult to judge because repetitiveness to me comes in everybody's different in every way, so they always think repetitive is different for every game. Call of Duty, BioShock, all the big name titles, they can be repetitive too. People just don't like to see that. I find a lot of shooters repetitive after a while. I find a lot of fighters repetitive, a lot of sports games repetitive. This is what happens. Do I find hack and slash games repetitive? Yeah, after a while maybe they do. But I like the genre. I like keep slashing. I like keep cutting things in half. I like fucking messing zombies up and other things and other hack and slash. To me, that's fun. So, in this game, it doesn't get repetitive. I'm starting off saying that because for a lot of people, this might be repetitive. So, this will be a whole different opinion if you're not like me. If you like me, keep watching. So, in this game, you play as 3 different characters. Basically, I hope I'm saying their names right. Aya, Sai, and Anna. They're all different in different ways. Sai is the youngest sister. She uses one sword as her main weapon. She is basically the wide range attack. Her sword length is greater than Aya, and Anna uses guns. So of course, I mean, you can't top guns in length, but you know what I'm saying, for melee attacks. So she's basically that, with a finisher that makes waves of cuts and sounds and so on. When we go to Aya, Aya has one sword, but she can switch to 2, making her combos basically double. You can switch on and off with them to do different combos, which always increases your, I don't know, liking to the combo system, if you want to say. Anna, who's the last character, the new addition to the series, is the one who uses guns. Basically, she uses guns, grenades, and arsenal of weapons that are mostly all long range. I mean, she has a kick in case they get close, but don't worry. Just keep shooting and you get the hang of it. Enough of the technical. You know I'm not a big fan of doing that. You can read up on all this information. Is the gameplay fun? Well, I wish there was more variety on the enemies. I mean, basically, you're fighting the same enemy over and over again. There are a few different ones after about 5 stages each. There's 20 stages altogether, so basically you're fighting one type of enemy for 5 stages, a new type of enemy plus the old one for 5 stages, and by the end of the game you're fighting 5 to 6 different type of enemies. I mean, it brings some variety, but you would hope for more, maybe some challenging enemies. Basically, most of them just stand there, a few of them shoot at you, and one basically is so fat that you can't get past him and you have to cut him in half, otherwise you're stuck in a fucking hallway. Besides that, the gameplay works. Some people complain about glitches and so on. I, fortunately, have never run into any of these, but maybe it does happen, I can't say. Basically, for every level you go through a linear level, beat some zombies, get a key, go back, open a door, end of the level. That's basically the structure. Is it repetitive? It may be to you. For me, it's not. So, using the 3 different characters to me brings different gameplay types and switch them up and so on. Not to mention you can dress up your characters in different ways by obtaining clothes, by beating missions and doing challenges. So altogether, you get a pretty good deal at a budget price for the gameplay. Just don't expect anything spectacular. The game is pretty lengthy, to be honest. When there's 20 levels, and each level can take up to 30 to an hour each, you got a good amount of length. Some are really short levels, but there's not that too many. There's about 3 short levels in the game. The rest take at least 20 minutes, and some even take up to an hour. So you got a pretty lengthy game if you're worried about getting your money's worth. Talking about money's worth, this game starts off at a budget price of only $40, meaning you save $20. And to be honest, if you wait a few months, this game will drop even more. It's simple logic that it is a budget title for a small group of people who like this type of crazy Japanese stuff. I am lucky enough to accept almost every type of game, so I enjoy these type of games. It's an enjoyable experience for a hack and slash fan, or any zombie fan that just wants to chop some up in pieces, or any guy who likes to look at girls in bikinis. You know, there's those 3 type of people out there. Check them out. I enjoyed the game. I personally say it's for only people that are looking into it. For other people that aren't really a fan of hack and slash, do not like any low budget titles because of graphics or so on, look away from this game. Anybody who wants to give it a chance, like Earth's Defense Force, Dark Sector, or any other lower budget title from D3, might want to check it out. It's unique, fun, but it's not for everybody.